One moonlit night, something impossible happened in the quiet village of Kentable. As the wind rustled through the tall grasses and the river flowed softly under the stars, a young boy suddenly heard a voice whisper his name. But this voice, it didn't belong to a human. It came from a parrot sitting high in a tree. "Be careful, little one," the bird said. "Danger is coming to your village." The boy froze. Animals weren't supposed to speak, or so everyone believed. The boy's name was Tano, a humble child known for his kindness. He lived with his grandmother near the edge of Kentaba, a traditional village surrounded by thick forests and a wide river. The villagers lived simple lives. Farmers worked the fields, women pounded grain, and children played to the sound of talking drums in the evening. But Tano was different. He had always loved animals, sharing his food with birds and protecting tiny creatures others ignored. One day, when Tano was just 7, he got lost in the forest. As he cried beneath a giant baobab tree, a mysterious old woman appeared from nowhere. Her eyes glowed like moonlight. She gave him water and said softly, "Kindness to living things opens doors others cannot see." Then she vanished. From that day on, Tano began hearing something strange. The animals had voices. At first, he thought he was dreaming, but the animals spoke clearly. The goats argued about food. The monkeys joked about villagers dropping fruit. Even the fish in the river whispered warnings about storms. Tano kept this a secret from everyone, except his wise old grandmother. She listened carefully before speaking. "My child," she said, quietly, "the ancestors sometimes give special gifts, but gifts must be used wisely." She shared a proverb, "A drum that beats too loudly will eventually crack." She warned him, "Do not boast about your gift. Use it only when the time is right." Tano obeyed, but soon the animals began sharing troubling news. One evening, as he walked near the forest, he heard loud, nervous shouts from the trees. A group of monkeys were in a panic. "The hunters are coming," one cried. "They plan to burn the forest tomorrow," another shrieked. Tano's heart pounded. Burn the forest? The forest was sacred land that protected their village. If it burned, the animals would die, and Kintaba would lose its protection. He ran back to the village as fast as he could, rushing to the gathering place where the elders sat around a fire. "Please listen," Tano said breathlessly. "Hunters are coming tomorrow to burn the forest." The villagers laughed. How would a boy know such a thing? One man asked. Tano hesitated, unable to reveal his secret. Even the village chief shook his head. "Children's stories cannot guide a village," he said dismissively. But one person remained silent, the oldest elder, Grandfather Nero. He studied the boy carefully. Finally, he spoke. "Truth sometimes comes from unexpected mouths." He turned to Tano. "If what you say is true, prove it." That night, Tano walked alone to the sacred forest. He sat beneath the same giant baobab tree where he had met the mysterious woman years before. The forest was alive with whispers. An owl flew down beside him. "The hunters are coming before sunrise." The owl hooted softly. Tano closed his eyes. "I must save my village," he whispered. Suddenly, the wind swirled around the tree and a glowing figure appeared. It was the same old woman, but now Tano understood. She wasn't just a woman. She was a spirit of the ancestors. "You have used your gift with kindness," the spirit said. "Now the village must hear the truth." Before dawn, Grandfather Nero gathered the villagers near the forest as he had promised. The chief looked impatient. "This boy has wasted our time," he grumbled. Just then, the forest erupted with noise. Birds flew from the trees. Monkeys swung through the branches shouting warnings, and elephants stomped out from the trees. And suddenly, every single villager heard it. The animals were speaking. "The hunters are coming. They carry Fire. They will destroy everything. The villagers gasped in shock. Moments later, smoke appeared on the horizon. The hunters were indeed approaching. Now that the villagers believed him, they worked quickly. Men dug trenches to stop the fire. Women carried water from the river. Drums echoed through the village, calling everyone to help. When the hunters arrived, they found a united village with animals standing alongside them, protecting the forest. The hunters fled in fear. The forest was saved, and so was Kintaba. From that day forward, the villagers respected Tano's gift, but he never used it for pride or attention. Instead, he helped protect the delicate balance between people, animals, and nature. Grandfather Nuru often reminded the village, wisdom is not always loud. Sometimes it speaks through the quietest voice. And whenever the animals spoke, Tano listened, understanding that true wisdom comes from kindness, humility, and listening to the voices that others ignore. Thank you for watching.